Please subscribe to my channel to help me grow. I laughed a little too loudly, leaning over the counter, brushing my fingers against his arm. You're impossible, I teased, letting my gaze linger longer than necessary. His grin was easy, charming, a little dangerous, and I thought, stupidly, that my husband would see it as playful. That he would laugh. Maybe shake his head and pull me closer. But when I turned, the room had gone quiet, and I froze. My husband was standing in the doorway, his eyes locked on me with a stillness that made my skin crawl. Not disbelief. Not even anger at first. Just silence. The kind of silence that weighs heavier than a shout, a presence that fills a room like smoke. My heartbeat accelerated, a staccato drum in my chest, and for the first time, I realized I had no idea what he was thinking. Is something wrong? I asked, trying to mask my panic with casualness. He didn't answer. He just leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, jaw tight. The smirk I had expected, the teasing retort, the playful reprimand, none of it came. His eyes were cold, calculated, and for a brief, horrifying moment, I saw a side of him I'd never imagined, the silent storm before the lightning strikes. I tried to rationalize. It was harmless, right? A joke, a bit of flirting. I had never crossed any real line. But even as I told myself that, the knot of guilt in my stomach tightened. I remembered the quick glance he had given me over dinner last week, the slight furrow in his brow, the way his hand had lingered on his wine glass a moment too long. I'd laughed it off. Surely, I could laugh off this too. I was just joking, I said, voice softer now. You know that. Finally, he spoke, low and measured. Do I? His words were calm, but the weight behind them made the room feel smaller, suffocating. Because I'm not laughing. My stomach dropped. The realization hit me slowly, like ice seeping into my bones. He had been noticing things. Not just tonight. The late texts I'd dismissed as harmless work chatter. The sudden absences he hadn't questioned. The way I had leaned in too close, flirted, and thought it was innocent. It's nothing. Just playful, I stammered, feeling my hands shake. Playful, he repeated, voice barely above a whisper. Do you think I don't see? There it was, the accusation, slow and deliberate. My heart pounded in my ears. I wanted to laugh it off, deny it, cry, explain, anything. But the look in his eyes made my throat close. He knew. He had known. I watched him carefully, reading every micro-expression. Anger, yes, but more than that, a profound disappointment that cut deeper than any shout or accusation could. And under it all, a sadness that mirrored my own panic, my own guilt. I had never wanted to hurt him, never wanted to betray him, yet somehow that was exactly what I had done. He turned then, walking past me with a slow deliberation that left me frozen, and I realized the damage was done, not the act itself, but the trust fractured in the silence after. The room was empty now, the air thick with unspoken truths. I felt smaller, ashamed, caught in the reflection of my own carelessness. Later, he would speak. He would ask questions I might not be able to answer, reveal feelings I hadn't imagined existed in him. But for now, I was left with the sting of my actions, the echo of a smile that should have been safe, now a wound between us. I had flirted, thinking it harmless, but the silence told me everything. Sometimes the quietest reactions are the loudest betrayals. And in that quiet, I realized I was standing at the edge of something irreparable. The trust one had taken for granted, the love I had assumed, was no longer certain. The moment had passed, but its shadow would linger, and I would carry the weight of it forever.